The next topic we're going to discuss is the brutal beatdown that Robert Helenius gave to Adam Kownacki. And G, what was your thoughts on that fight?
First, I'd like to give a special shout out to the Polish community to come out to that fight. Because yesterday, the governor of New York called a state of emergency because of the coronavirus. And those people still showed up to that fight. I'm going to be honest, they said there was 70-something cases in New York. I would not be going to Brooklyn to see that fight. I would have tried to get my money back. Real rap. You know what I mean? Let me get some of that, player. Let me get some of that. Blessings. You know what I mean? I'm telling y'all this right now.
Crazy out here.
So, salute to his supporters for still coming out, even though New York right now is under a state of emergency because of the coronavirus. Now, in regards to the fight, salute to Robert, how you say his last name again? Helenius. Salute to my man, the Nordic Viking. He came in, put in work. I honestly thought he was going to lose initially, to be honest with you. Even though I'm not really a Kownacki fan like that, because I see a lot of flaws in his game, and Robert exposed them. He has a hard time, even though he likes to apply pressure.
Hold on. I'm not a fan of Adam because he got so many flaws in this game. And I was just like, you like Wilder?
This is coming from a Wilder. Hold on. You trying to get me? Hold on. Don't use logic. Don't start using logic. Yo, you know what I was thinking. You know what I was thinking.
You want the truth, or you want me to just lie to you? You know what I'm saying? Either which way, I'm gonna tell you the same answer. You know what I mean? Listen here, Wilder my champ. It don't matter.
It don't matter.
Hey, that's all that matters. He was my champ. You know what I mean? He's still my champ once he gets his belts back. Now
He got too many flaws in this game.
Now, Kownacki, right? Like I remember, what was his past fight with was that Ariola or was it
Ariola was the last one, yeah.
He took a lot of shots, right? And so I'm like, man, he has a solid chin, but how long is that gonna last? And he's not really technically sound. He's just like a tough fighter. But this guy, the Viking, he's a tough dude too. They were both hurting each other at first until that right hand caught my man's and Kownacki fell. And for some odd reason, the ref just thought it was a slip. But Kownacki got back up, and he got that work again, and then he dropped. Now, I get it. I often do this on Boxing Bros, but I have to do it again. I'm always like, bruh, stay down. Please, you're hurt. Just gather yourself for a second. I don't know why his corner doesn't say, hey, just take a knee. It's okay. Count a little bit, then get up. But I get it. This is his first loss. He's probably never trained, around what happens when I get dropped. What do I do? So I understand that, undefeated fighters usually have that aura of invincibility, So I understand. This is the same issue that I had with Wilder too as well. So, but it was like, man, he had nothing after that. So then it was clear as day, Robert, won. So salute to Robert Helenius. I don't see Robert doing much with Joshua, but hey, I guess that him and the Joshua fight can happen in 2022 or something. I know he has a long line because Joshua got so many mandatories and other things that he wants to do. So hey, I hope that guy's career blossoms to something great.
I want to give a shout out to the Polish fans because y'all been saving Wilder's bacon for a long time. Remember, Big Mo sat in that seat and spoke about how the Dominique Brazil fight was mostly the Polish fans, and how after Wilder fought Brazil, that's when Kownacki came out and had his fight. And then, so shout out to the Polish fans. You've been doing it big in New York. You've been showing up. You've been supporting your fighter. Unfortunately, he took a tough L. And I think the only thing I can say is bad opponent. They put him in. They thought Helenius was done. They thought he was finished. He had lost to Dillian White. and he lost to Gerald Washington. And Gerald Washington is not the most polished fighter. He's not a great fighter. Gerald Washington was beaten by Deontay Wilder. He was beaten by Charles Martin on the undercard of Wilder Fury 2. And he beat Robert Helenius. So I think they thought Robert Helenius was done, and they were like, yeah, we're going to build Kownacki's resume. We're going to throw Helenius in there, and he's going to beat him, and then bam, another name. But not so fast. Helenius was once a top prospect. Helenius was a dangerous fighter, and he proved last night that he still is. And that's no knock on Kownacki. He just didn't respect the man's power when he should have, and he got caught. He could probably go back to the drawing board, learn how to be more slick and take less punishment and easily get a win. I shouldn't say easily, but, you know, probably get a victory. But when it's all said and done, you know, Helenius did his thing. And Kownacki is still not as flawed as Wilder, but okay.
I just wanted to come at it from a different part. Last night, I got more appreciation for Floyd Mayweather to keep the dedication to stay undefeated. I started appreciating him more because before the fight, they interviewed Kownacki, and I had said I had got the feeling of Adamares versus Johnny Gonzalez. When a fighter felt like, you know, I got a house, I just got this new baby, and they feel like, you know, these are things that, you know, they're happy, and it takes a little bit of hunger and drive away from, and they get content. And that's why I said I had a feeling that something was going to happen before the fight started. That's why I just wanted to throw it in there. That's why it made me appreciate Floyd. With this sport, you have to dedicate and you have to sacrifice. And usually that takes, you know, time away from your family and your loved ones. Because once you get too content, any given Saturday.
Yeah, and I will say this. Special salute to Kownacki, because as much as I do support Wilder, Caden is right, you know. The Polish community has been putting Wilder on their back, you know. So, you know, like, hey man, listen,
Make him look good on TV.
You know, listen, somebody need to fill up them seats, you know. So salute to the Polish community. I hope that, you know, I don't believe that they're that like fickle where they're no longer going to start supporting Kownacki because he's no longer undefeated. I still think they're going to.
No, they came for Thomas Adamak, and
Yeah.
he was past his prime.
Oh, that is true too. Oh yeah, and then what's that other dude that was on Joey DeWinko? Come to find out, he was Polish. I didn't even know that. But
He's one of those. I took a 23andMe, got some Polish in me.
but you know, like, but because you know, there's huge Polish communities in New York, in Detroit.
Chicago.
Yeah, you know, so like, you know, you want these markets to continue to strive and thrive and stuff like that. And special shout out to PBC last night. It was like pretty diverse. They had a Cuban fighter, they had a Swedish fighter, Polish fighters. I feel like I'm missing
A
somebody.
Nigerian
Oh,
fighter.
and a Nigerian fighter. So you know, it was global.
He'll
So-
tell you he's a real Nigerian, and Anthony Josh was not, by the way. But this is some other garbage. But yeah.
But yeah, so like salute to PBC for bringing different cultures together for one night. You know, I think hopefully other boxing promoters could do the very same thing. I know DAZN actually does a decent job. They just don't pick quality opponents from these countries. But
The zone ain't
PBC
gonna be supplying you. You talk about this. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
salute to PBC for at least giving us top quality, not top quality, but quality enough fighters.
Yeah,
that
salute
are
salute
competitive.
to PBC for matching their fighter who brings him in the stands into a fight where he lost in front of his home fans. Salute PBC.
I mean, I didn't. Hey, I mean, we're afforded all at least one or two mishaps when we're matching fighters.
Hell, dog.
So we messed up, but it's cool.
Al been
But it's
slipping.
cool. It was
Al
still a
been
great
slipping
event.
lately. That's all I'm
It was
saying.
still a great event.